Hello everybody and welcome to my video. Today I will be reviewing Coming to America. Just so everybody knows, this isn't a new Coming to America that came out today actually, so I don't want to waste your time if you're looking to see a review for a sequel. I'll probably review that soon, but just if you're looking for something else and not a review of the original movie, don't waste your time on this if you don't want to. Also, I'll put a minor spoiler alert on this video for this movie because, as usual, if you don't want to know the premise of this movie, I mean, for some reason you're watching a review of it, but if you don't want to know the premise, don't watch the rest of this video. I won't give away any major plot points or anything, but don't watch this if you don't want to know anything about Coming to America. If you have already seen this, or if you don't care about spoilers, feel free to watch this video if you want to. Overall, I thought Coming to America was pretty good. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall have some great chemistry in this. They're pretty funny together, and some of my favorite scenes in this are just Eddie and Arsenio together. It's like the best part, honestly. I think that's one of the reasons why this movie is liked by so many people. And also, James Earl Jones is in this. He's basically the dad of Eddie Murphy in this, and the king of Zamunda, or I think that's the name, Zamunda. So it's really cool because he, of course, plays Darth Vader, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so that's just awesome to see him because you wouldn't expect Darth Vader to be in a comedy movie of all places. And it's funny because he sounds like Darth Vader, so it's just so weird picturing Darth Vader in his suit in this movie. Like, that's one of my favorite things about it. And Samuel L. Jackson is in this too, so Nick Fury and Darth Vader are in the same movie. Although Samuel L. Jackson and James Earl Jones, they don't meet or anything, and Samuel L. Jackson is only there for like 2 minutes as a cameo, but it's still funny nonetheless. Just a week or so ago, when I reviewed Bill and Ted, I talked about the love interest in that movie not really being that compelling. They were just kind of there to be there, in my opinion. Coming to America, though, Lisa McDowell is a really great character. The interest dynamic between Eddie and Lisa is much more compelling than Bill and Ted, because Bill and Ted, there isn't much of a reason for it, in my opinion, but I give this movie some credit for that. It's much better, at least in that regard. One thing I don't like about this movie is it's dated. It was made in 1988, so yeah, it's bound to feel dated. But to me, it just really felt that way. I still think it is an okay movie, but the dated feeling made me like it a lot less. I thought parts of this movie were kinda boring. I really enjoyed the stuff going on in Zamunda and all of those characters, but not so much the stuff in America. It was still interesting and I thought it was a little bit funny, but it just wasn't that great to me. And that was the main part of a movie. And I didn't hate that part, but I wasn't a big fan. And I think that really makes me not like this movie that much because the main part of it I wasn't too interested in. I just didn't like this movie all that much as a whole. Another thing I really didn't like about Coming to America was that the story wasn't all that compelling to me. I personally just didn't care much about it. This is mainly a comedy movie, but there's some romance sprinkled in, which I don't think works well at all here. One of my favorite comedy movies, Borat, does something kind of similar, where there's this guy, who's of course Borat if you've seen the movie, and he's new to America and he finds out all these new things, and it's just really funny to see as he learns more about American culture because where he's from it's so much different, and it's just a really funny movie. I recommend you guys watch it if you haven't seen it. But yeah, so basically, this love interest in Borat isn't taken too seriously. It's just kind of made for jokes, and I'm not saying this movie should have been made just for jokes with a whole love interest thing, because that's sort of a main driving goal of Eddie Murphy's character in here. But I just didn't like the way it was executed, and I'm not a big fan of it because it's just like this should have had a lot less emotional scenes and been more funny. I feel like this movie just went way too hard on the emotional part and less on the jokes part because I still thought it was kind of funny, but I didn't really because I laughed out loud maybe twice. And to be fair, I don't really laugh out loud during a movie all that much, but the only times I did were just at dog they had in this, and not really the writing. Sure, I kinda, like, half laughed here and there, but it was more like I breathed out of my nose, just, like, it wasn't really much. Because, sure, I found Eddie Murphy's and Arsenio Hall's characters humorous, but not really, like, hilarious. And humor's subjective. I'm sure a lot of people feel differently, but it just wasn't that great. It was a kind of funny movie, but I don't see how it's considered this much of a classic nowadays. Honestly, I think Coming to America is overrated. Anyways, I didn't like this movie all that much. That's just my opinion, of course. I hope I didn't offend anyone, but it's just my opinion. I just know this movie has a really dedicated following, and I can see why. I just don't like it that much. I rate Coming to America a 6.5 out of 10. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry I didn't upload on Wednesday like I usually do, but I decided to wait to put out this video today since this is a Friday and this is when the sequel comes out. So that should be kind of cool to have this video out when the sequel is released. I don't know. I thought it would be cool. Yeah, so please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video because it would really mean a lot. Make sure to tell me if there are any movies or shows you'd like to see me review next, and I will see you in the next video.